योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचां मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि. Now, in the first module, we saw what is Ashtanga Yoga. We deliberately started from there so that you get the whole picture of what Ashtanga Yoga is all about, what Patanjali is talking about. So we started from Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, all the way. So we covered all the 8 limbs, the Bahiranga Sadhana, the Antaranga Sadhana. Okay. But that comes in the second chapter. He doesn't begin with Ashtanga Yoga. He begins. So we will see that approach now. The first sutra. Now we'll come to the first chapter. So straight from 1 to number 16, 1.1 to 1.16, we are going to look into. So the very first sutra, let's begin with that. Atha Yoga Anushasana. I will break it up as I explain. Atha means now. Yoga is yoga. We'll see what he means by yoga. We'll see. So Atha now Yoga Anushasana. Now, uh, this is a very precise word he has used. Anushasana means he's telling you that he has not created it. He is just systematizing it for you. Because it has been it has been followed for years and years and years. So what basically Patanjali did, whatever knowledge of yoga was existent till date, till his time, he gathered all the knowledge. It was from various sources, various scriptures, various schools, various cults, various regions. He gathered everything, various rishis of the Himalayas, rishis of the south. He gathered everything. And then he systematized the whole thing in 195 aphorisms. So by using the word Anushasana, Atha Yoga Anushasanam, means he's telling you that he is not the creator of it, but Anu means there is a Guru Shishya Parampara in this. That is the meaning of Anushasana. That this knowledge has been passed from Guru to Shishya, and so on. And even today it is so. So he's not claiming that it is his knowledge. He has experienced it, but it is not created by him. And that is exactly what we are supposed to do. So the second meaning of the word Anushasan is that if I follow the Shasan as students before me have followed, I will get you. And that Shasan means regimen. That regimen I'm sharing with you now. And I promise, this is what Patanjali is saying, telling us in that one sutra. And I promise that if you follow, if you anu the regimen, follow the regimen, anu the shasan, then it is my assurance, it is my guarantee, it is my promise to you that you'll get yoga. Then you ask him, okay, fine, so far so good, clear. But what is yoga? You ask him. So then he says the next sutra. Yoga is yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Now let us understand this sutra. He's explaining yoga. What is yoga according to him? There have been different definitions of yoga. गीता में कृष्ण ने योग कर्मसु कौशलम समत्वम योग उच्यते वगैरह वगैरह. But this is the most precise definition, absolutely cut and dried, absolute essence of yoga. this particular definition. So if you want to stand by some definition of yoga, you have to stand by this. So all your other answers, what is yoga? Why do you do yoga? It is peace of mind, it is balanced mind, and whatnot, whatever reason you have. If I ask you a question, why are you practicing yoga? Then everybody has a different answer. But that is not yoga, they are all offshoots. So when you speak about yoga, when you define yoga, you're defining the offshoots of yoga, not the essence of yoga. The essence of yoga is this. Yoga, chitta vritti, nirodha. Nirod means now let us understand the word nirod. Why did he use the word nirod? Okay. Ni means nishesh. It is a prefix to the word rod. Rod means to stop. Rudh karna, rohna. And ni prefix means nishesh rohna. मतलब 0.0001 भी remainder नहीं रहेगा. Which means, in other words, total stoppage. That is the meaning of Nirod. Otherwise, he would have said Rud. Rud. But he added that Ni, indicating that kuch bhi shesh nahi bachega. There will be no remainder, even a faintest trace of a vritti. Chitta vritti, there will not be even a faintest trace of chitta vritti. Then yoga happens. Okay, so now you understood the meaning of the word Nirod. Okay. So no chitta vritti can leak once they are stopped. Okay, otherwise in Kaivalya there is also tat chidreshu pratyantarani samskarebhya. This curtain which you have created, this curtain of Nirod, it also has holes. Your old, very powerful samskaras make tiny, tiny, minuscule nano holes in that curtain, and vritti escapes out of it. That he is mentioned in 4th chapter. So that should not happen. He has given the main means also how to safeguard ourselves from allowing that to happen. Because we allow that to happen. Okay. Now, so we know what is yoga. Even right now, it is not clear. Only the one word has been explained. Nirod has been explained. But yoga is nirod of what? Chitta vritti. So we have to understand what is chitta vritti, right? So for that, we have to understand what is chitta. Okay. What is chitta? Chiti. When chiti shakti, chit, sat, the chit of Satchit Ananda. The chit, जिसको पतंजलि ने he has called it Chiti Shakti also. So when this chit affects prakriti, engages with prakriti, जब उसका प्रकृति के साथ संयोग होता है तो चित्त निर्माण होता है. And the first evolute of chitta is buddhi. That faculty of yoga. See, okay, fine. Let us call, for the sake of understanding, let us say that chitta is consciousness. Okay. But your consciousness is engaged in various functions. There are so many functions, we will see. One function of consciousness is to decide. Decide that this is good for me, this is bad for me. This hurts me, this pleases me. Okay. Nishchayan. I am miserable. This is also your decision. It is your nirnay. It is your nishchay. I am miserable. I am depressed. This is also your nishchay. I am a survivor. I will survive whatever odds that come my way. I am like a phoenix. I will rise up from the ashes. Whatever, whether positive, whether negative, we'll go into that later. Why we do so, what we do, why we have this belief system. So your belief system is in buddhi. Buddhi decides. For example, if I must be loved and appreciated by all the significant people in my life, and if that is not so, then I am good for nothing. This is your decision. You decided. This is your nischay. This is a belief in your buddhi. And your mind will act on the basis of that belief. I must be loved and appreciated by all the significant people in my life. And if I am not, then I am good for nothing. I am a failure. So this buddhi is the first evolute. When chit, the clear consciousness, engages with Prakriti, and this engagement is anadi. Anadi means nobody knows when it started, so you can't see its beginning, and nobody can see its end. It is eternal, it is always there, this thing. So the first evolute is buddhi, the one, that part of consciousness of yours which decides. But decides for whom? There has to be somebody for whom it decides. So immediately this buddhi acknowledges asmita, which is your abhiman. I am the doer, and I am the experiencer. मैं हूं, मैं करता हूं और मैं भोगता हूं. ये सुख दुख जो है वो मुझे होते हैं. ये डर जो लगता है मुझे लगता है. अभिमान जो मुझे लगता है, प्राइड जो मुझे लगता है, मुझे लगता है. So when that consciousness is occupied with this I-ness, I, me, mine, that part of consciousness is called asmita or ahankar, aham karoti. So when consciousness decides onto something with finality, it is buddhi. When consciousness is owning up things, I, me, mine, I hate you, I love you, I am hurt. This is injustice on me. So, asmita. And then there is third faculty, the third activity of consciousness, विच इज एंगेजमेंट इन रियल टाइम। अभी जैसे 5 मिनट, 9:30 को 5 मिनट कम थे, और मेरा एक्चुअली 10 मिनट कम थे, और मैं कुछ तो कर रहा था, और मुझे एक फ्रेंड का फोन आया कुछ काम से, और उसने मुझे कहा कि अरे तेरा टॉक है ना अभी, एंड इट हैड स्लिप माय माइंड। आई से ओ माय गॉड, यस यस यस, मेरा टॉक है अभी। तो फिर मैंने तुरंत संकल्प किया कि अभी मैं लैपटॉप खोलूंगा, फिर लॉग इन करूंगा, फिर मैंने फटाफट ये मेरे जो सूत्रों का पेपर है, जिसमें मैं ट्रैक करता हूँ कि मैं किस पे बात करने वाला हूँ, ये ये मैंने देखा। और तो ये जो सब संकल्प विकल्प, तो मुझे कहाँ बैठना है, इधर बैठूं या उधर बैठूं, ये विकल्प, ये करूं या वो करूं, फिर संकल्प नहीं, इधर बैठता हूँ। सो रियल रियल टाइम में जो एंगेजमेंट चलते रहती है तुम्हारी, दैट इज मनस, दैट इज मन, दैट इज योर माइंड। ओके। सो ये तीन को मिला के इसको अंतःकरण बोलते हैं। अंतःकरण, बुद्धि, कर्म, और मनस। करण मीन्स टूल, करण मीन्स साधन। These are the tools which have evolved for whom? For चित्त। जैसे ही चित्त का और प्रकृति का संयोग होता है, ये इवोल्यूट्स तैयार होने लगते हैं। पहला इवोल्यूट बुद्धि, दूसरा अभिमान, तीसरा मनस। तो अंतःकरण तैयार हो गया। अब ये मनस को कंटिन्यूअस फीडबैक मिलते रहता है। कहाँ से? इंद्रियों से। There are 5 sensory organs and 5 action organs. The mind is both sensory organ and action organ, because information reaches the mind and it takes action in real time. So it is both. Mind is both. Organ of perception, मतलब ज्ञानेंद्रिय, और ऑर्गन ऑफ एक्शन कर्मेंद्रिय। अच्छा, 5 ज्ञानेंद्रिय कौन से हैं? हाँ, कान, त्वचा, आंख, नाक, स्मेल, रसना, टेस्ट। You tell me what other thing provides you material information? इस लौकिक जगत की इंफॉर्मेशन तुमको और कोई सिक्स्थ सेंस है क्या? वो सिक्स्थ सेंस नाम का एक पिक्चर निकला था, लेकिन तुमको लौकिक जगत में और कोई सेंस है तुम्हारा? नहीं है। ये 5 ही सेंसेस है, शब्द, स्पर्श, रूप, रस, गंध। ये 5 विषय है जिनको तुम अपने इंद्रियों से परसीव करते हो। अच्छा, सांख्य में, ऑल दिस इज सांख्य आई एम टॉकिंग, हाँ, बिकॉज योग इज बेस्ड ऑन सांख्य। तो चित्त की डेफिनेशन भी सांख्य परक ही होनी चाहिए। समझे ना? योग में ये पीपल मेक मिस्टेक, बट वी आर नॉट गोइंग इनटू एकेडमिक्स। चित्त की डेफिनेशन लोग वेदांत के ऊपर से करते हैं, अलग अलग जगह से करते हैं, उपनिषदों से करते हैं। नहीं, चित्त की डेफिनेशन सांख्य के आधार पर ही करनी चाहिए, क्योंकि पूरा योग सांख्य पर आधारित है। इस बात को नोट करके रखो। तो सांख्य में जो इंद्रिय है वो सूक्ष्म है, जैसा मन सूक्ष्म है। मन तुम्हारे पकड़ में नहीं आता, उसका कोई फिजिकल लोकेशन नहीं है। समझे ना? उसी प्रकार, क्योंकि जैसे ये आंखें, चक्षु, ये इंद्रिय नहीं है। सांख्य के हिसाब से ये इंद्रिय नहीं है, लेकिन ये गोलक है, विंडो है, जो विंडो से इन्फॉर्म, क्यों, दैट इज अ फैक्ट ना। ऑप्टिकल नर्व से जब तक वो ब्रेन में नहीं जाता, और जो तुम्हारी यहाँ पे सेंसरी स्ट्रिप है, वहां तक इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं पहुंचती, तब तक कि तुमको देखने नहीं वाला। इसलिए तो तुम कितने बार ऐसे देखते रहते हो आंख खुली रख के, और ब्लैंक रहते हो, सामने से कुछ नहीं दिख रहा। फिर कोई तो दोस्त आता सामने से और तुमको बोला, हे हेलो, किधर है? होता है ना ऐसा, क्योंकि वो पहुंची नहीं है इंफॉर्मेशन। तो यहाँ पे इंद्रिय सूक्ष्म है, उसका पोटेंशियल है। द पोटेंशियल ऑफ सीइंग इज द इंद्रिय, द पोटेंशियल ऑफ हियरिंग इज द कर्णेंद्रिय, नॉट दिस कान। कान तो खिड़की है, लेकिन ये खिड़की से जो अंदर जाएगा और फिर नर्व फाइबर से जो कैरी होगा, अब जब वो इंटरप्रेट होगा माइंड में, तो वो इंद्रिय इंटरप्रिटेशन अपना पेश करेगा माइंड को। वो प्रोसेस है, दैट इज द इंद्रिय, जब वो अपना इनपुट, इट डिलीवर्स द इनपुट टू द माइंड। ओके, now again these indriyas have their own habits. Some people want to see this only, some people want to see that only. Like two friends are going by the road, one friend will be focusing on temples and the other will be focusing on pubs, because that is the training the indriya have received. Some people will like to hear rock bands, and some people would like to hear Karnataki classic. That is how the ears have been trained. So all your sensory organs, they have a legacy of samskaras, the way they are trained. Hmm. So there are five potentials. And then there are action organs. Your hands, your legs. Hands for creation. Hands are meant for creativity, creation, not destruction. Legs for locomotion, to walk to good places in good direction. ये रोड्स को नाम क्यों देते? पता है क्या रोड को नाम क्यों देते? महात्मा गांधी रोड, वीर सावरकर रोड, लाल बहादुर शास्त्री मार्ग, जयप्रकाश नारायण मार्ग, ये क्यों देते हैं पता है? So that when you walk on that road, you should recall them and all the good characteristics in them, and you should walk with that demeanor, that mindset. So you should walk, when you are walking on Lal Bahadur Shastri Marga, you should walk with the mindset of Lal Bahadur Shastri. समझे? Not to not to indulge in road rage. Okay, fighting नहीं करने का, गुस्सा नहीं करने का. Okay, anyway. So legs are for locomotion, arms are for creation. और कौन सा इंद्रिय है? Then this tongue, वाणी, बोलने के लिए. This is also sensory as well as action organ. क्योंकि ये सेंसरी भी है, टेस्ट भी करती है, और फिर चखाती भी है, मजा भी चखाती है अगले वाले को, है ना? टंग. सो एंड और क्या है? योर रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन, जो तुम्हें आनंद देता है. और फिर तुम्हारा एक्सक्रीटरी ऑर्गन, जो तुम्हारे शरीर से मल का निकास करता है. ये सब पोटेंशियल्स हैं. Your arms have the potential of creativity. Now, whether they create or not, that's a different thing. Your legs have the potential of locomotion. So all the five sensory, because there is a motor strip here also. In front of the sensory strip, there is a motor strip. एक्शन वहां पे जब डिलीवर, मतलब सेंसरी ऑर्गन ने माइंड को डिलीवर किया, प्रेजेंट किया इनपुट, और माइंड ने एक्शन ऑर्गन्स को एक्शन में डाला, वहां पे वो इंद्रियों का कॉग्निशन है इंसान का। ये बाहर के ऑर्गन्स का नहीं है, एक्सटर्नल खिड़कियों का नहीं है। एंड थिंक अबाउट इट ना, एवरीथिंग हैपेंस देयर। सूक्ष्म, इसलिए इंद्रियों को सूक्ष्म कहा है। अब तुम मुझे बताओ कि ये पांच ऑल द टाइम, परांची खानी व्यतृणत स्वयंभू तस्मात् परांग पश्यति, वेरी ब्यूटिफुल श्रुति फ्रॉम कथा। परांची खानी व्यतृणत स्वयंभू, मतलब उस गॉड ने ये जो खिड़कियां हैं इंद्रियों की, इनको बाहर की तरफ ही तराशा है। दे हैव बीन स्कल्प्टेड आउटवर्ड, so they open or outward, always they are open outward. You have a window in the house. What is the purpose of the window? To look out, right? You don't look in, you look out from the window. So the same way, all these windows, they have been created to look out. And that's why all the time you're looking out, right? And then according to your samskaras, your habits, you will perceive, each one will perceive different things, present it to the mind. My mind will refer it to the ahankar, the ego, and then ego immediately will refer to its cognitive shortcut, that is the buddhi, which will tell it कि हाँ, this is good, this is bad, इससे ये हुआ, उससे वो हुआ, the final decision. There is a finality to it. That is your life. So now understand the potentiality of five sensory organs, the potentiality of five action organs, their habitual or samskaric relationship with the objects of perception, that is Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasagandha. They're called Tanmatras. Tanmatra means when they come in contact with Tan, that is Indriya, then only there is significance to them. Otherwise, not. जब तक कि कोई चीज आंखों से मैं देखूंगा नहीं, तब तक कि वो चीज मेरे लिए है ही नहीं ना एग्जिस्टेंस में। वो वेदांत का एक कॉन्सेप्ट है। इट इज बिकॉज आई सी इट, लेकिन वो बहुत मिसअंडरस्टैंड किया हुआ है लोगों ने। It doesn't mean that when I don't see it, the object is not there because somebody else is seeing it. Okay. So, potentiality of five sensory organs, potentiality of five action organs, five tanmatras. Sensory organs have no meaning unless there is tanmatras. Tanmatras have no meaning unless there is perception in the tan. So, 5 plus 5 plus 5 कितना हो गया? 15. And then mana buddhi ahankar, antakarana traya, 15 and 3, 18. These are all the ingredients of your consciousness. There are 18 ingredients. And they together create a vritti, a tendency, which guides your life, which is writing your life story every single moment. Do you understand? Hmm. अब सी वृत्त, वृत्त धातु, वृत्ति में वृत्त इज द रूट, उसका धातु, धातु बोलते हैं उसको, जिससे वो शब्द बनता है। रुत मीन्स टू चर्न, जैसे टाइफून, साइक्लोन, उसमें जो churning घूमता है, can you stop that churning? Can you stop that? चक्री वादळ असतं ना, वो जो हवा की जो चक्री घूम रही होती है, तुम देखा होगा मूवीज में वगैरह. Can you stop it? You cannot stop it. It is so powerful because there are so many things involved in it. The same way that every moment your consciousness is in a tendency, a compelling tendency to do something or other. वो चक्री हमेशा घूम रही है तुम्हारे अंदर. That is chittavritti, which has got these 18 ingredients at work in various n number of permutations and combinations, and always changing because they're all made of trigun, sattva, rajatama. So at times sattva becomes prominent, at times rajas become prominent, at times tamas become prominent in these particular, in these 18. And you can imagine there are infinite permutations and combinations. So there are infinite vrittis. Stop all that. Total stoppage of them, then yoga will happen. Sounds, how does it sound?
Sir, you said stop all. You mean to say
Yeah.
all the unnecessary thoughts, sir?
No, all thoughts, not unnecessary, all thoughts.
All thoughts. Okay.
Nirod, no, the word is Nirod Barkha. Complete stoppage. No remainder. Good, bad, nothing. Nothing means nothing. We'll come to that. Okay. Now you are overwhelmed. When Patanjali says this, you are overwhelmed. You start thinking, oh my God, what is this man talking about? My whole life, my whole conscious, oh my God, what? Then you ask him, okay, if I, what will happen if I am able to do that? You meekly ask him. Suppose I am able to do that. Then what? So he says, Tada drashtuhu, then drashtuhu. Drashtu means that chit. स्वरूपे अवस्थानम, अपने स्वरूप में अवस्थित हो जाएगा. वो चित जो है, जिसका प्रकृति से संयोग हो गया है, जिसके कारण ये पूरा कॉन्ग्लोमराट 18 तत्वों का खड़ा हो गया है, जो कंटिन्यूअसली इंटरैक्ट कर रहा है इस विश्व से 5 तन्मात्राओं के जरिए और अनुभव ले रहा है सुख का, दुख का, सब कुछ. उसको जब पूरा रोक दोगे तो ये जो चित्त जो है, संयोग टूट जाएगा. और चित्त, जो चित्त है ही, वो अपने स्वरूप में अवस्थित हो जाएगा, केवल हो जाएगा, कैवल्य में चला जाएगा. तदा, then when you are able to stop all the chitta vrittis without any remainder, your chit will be established in its own original form. Then you ask him, so do you mean to say that right now I'm not in that form? So Patanjali says, no, you're not in that form. And when you're not in that form, you're identifying yourself with the chitta vrittis. The chit is misidentifying, correction. The chit, not you, the chit is misidentifying itself with the chitta vrittis because he is the seer, वो दृष्टा है और उसके सामने सिर्फ चित्त है, सिर्फ चित्त है। वो चित्त के आईने में ही देख रहा है और जो भी उसे उस आईने में दिखता है उसको वो अपना मान लेता है। So listen to this carefully. If you think that you are looking at me right now on your screen and you are hearing me directly, you are wrong. My impression, my picture, and my voice, and my words, and the meaning behind them, everything that you are perceiving by way of Shabda and Rupa is being cast in the mirror of your chitta, and you are looking into that mirror. You cannot look at me directly. For that matter, you cannot look at anything directly. Everything, हर एक चीज का प्रतिबिंब तुम्हारे चित्त के आईने में गिरता है और वो चित्त जो है वो आईने में देख रहा होता है। एंड दैट इज द रीजन ईच वन ऑफ यू इज परसीविंग मी डिफरेंटली, अंडरस्टैंडिंग मी डिफरेंटली, बिकॉज ईच वंस मिरर इज डिफरेंट। And now you will realize that how important it is to clear, to keep that mirror clean. Otherwise, whatever pratibimba, reflection falls in it will be distorted. But we are going ahead. So let us step back. Okay? So we have looked into 4 sutras. We're going to stop here because I want you to contemplate on these sutras. Ask me questions next time. The first, Atha Yoga Anushasanam. पतंजलि कह रहे हैं अब मैं तुम्हें वो रेजिमेंट दे रहा हूं जिसको तुम फॉलो करोगे तुमको योग मिलेगा। और ये परंपरा चली आ रही है हजारों सालों से, गुरु शिष्य परंपरा। तुम पूछते हो योग क्या है भाई, तो वो कहते हैं चित्त की वृत्तियों का पूरी तरह निरोध करना ये योग है। फिर तुम कहते हो कि उससे क्या होगा, तो कहते हैं कि तब जब वो निरोध होगा तब तुम जो हो, तुम्हारा असली स्वरूप जो है चित्त, वो अपने स्वरूप में अवस्थित हो जाएगा। तुम खुद बन जाओगे, रियलाइजेशन हो जाएगा, खुद को साक्षात करोगे। फिर तुम पूछते कि क्या इसका मतलब मैं अभी नहीं जानता कुछ भी, तो बोले नहीं तू नहीं जानता कुछ भी, क्योंकि तू तो अपने आप को वृत्तियों के साथ आइडेंटिफाई कर रहा है। ये वृत्तियां तेरे को जहां दौड़ा रही है, ये वृत्तियां तुम्हारा जो तेरा जो सुख दुख जो भी है, गम ग्रीफ हैप्पीनेस जॉय, एवरीथिंग इज हैपनिंग इन द वृत्तिस एंड यू आर आइडेंटिफाइंग योरसेल्फ विद द वृत्तिस 24/7. And these vrittis of consciousness have 18 ingredients, and there is tremendous continuous interplay of these 18 ingredients. In addition, their sattva, rajas, tamas, gun, their texture. Now, by this time, you are totally overwhelmed, and you start wondering, my God, how will I stop these vrittis? So then he says, he tells you, okay, listen, all these vrittis, although they are infinite, they can be categorized under 5 heads. Gives you suddenly gives you hope. So you have to stop, control only 5 vrittis. So comes the next sutra, Vrittayaha Panchatayaha Klishta Aklishta. Klishta means those which increase your suffering, which take you away from yoga. And aklishta means uncomplicated, clear, they will take you towards yoga. So there are only two actions here, either towards samsara, bhoga, suffering, away from yoga, or towards yoga. There is no middle course. All the time, every single moment of your life, either you're going towards yoga or away from yoga. See, our life is fired at us point blank. Your life is fired at you at point blank range. There is no trial run. समझिए क्या? तुम लाइफ को अपन ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते कि बाबू रुक थोड़ा मैं प्रिपरेशन कर लेता हूँ देन आई विल फेस यू. No, there is no trial run here. So Patanjali is saying कि देख पांच वृत्तियां है उसको स्टडी कर और उनको कंट्रोल में लाने से तेरी स्टार्टिंग जो है यू विल से बिकॉज दैट फाइनल निरोध इज द अल्टीमेट स्टेट. यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू सडनली जंप on that level. You'll have to begin somewhere. So for that beginning, I'm categorizing all the vrittis under five heads. The first thing you have to remember about these five heads is each one of them will either take you towards yoga or away from yoga. This much you remember. So he is very systematically, very categorically laying down a roadmap for you. समझे ना? Now, अभी वो पांच वृत्तियां कौन सी है? This we will see next time. Okay. Now I'll stop recording. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti.